Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Opinion Project here on a Wednesday morning. Yes, it is cloudy, overcast, going to get cooler. Going to probably see some rain here in the next few days, too, in southwest Wisconsin. But started decorating the yard again, getting the solar lights out, getting things picked up. It was a good afternoon after work yesterday. Into the evening. It was nice. Need more proof. I see the posts all the time where somebody posts their belief or what they found online. And then immediately is, I don't believe you, I need more proof. Then you show them the proof. And they go, nope, that ain't good enough. I don't like your source. Need more proof. Here's what you can do. Nope, need more proof. Doesn't work. At what point do you accept the proof as the truth? Or at least 90% truth? See, we can all pick out percentages that are untruthful. I think we can all say that there are things swayed to make one person or party different than the other. Can just do that. But at some point, you have to believe the storylines are well over accurate. They may be a touched angle, but they are accurate. Such as hush money, people paying this, and we don't hear all of it. We don't hear everything that goes on. We don't hear who influences what as far as decisions that are made at the county or at the government level. We don't. We don't know who's sliding back end money here or, anything like that. You have to be able to look at, I can personally say by the proof that I have watched our president golf way too much when there's a lot of shit going on. I can also say that I drive to work every day. There is a lot of distracted driving that happens every day. I can say that there's probably a lot of coffee that is consumed in the mornings by people. And you just tend to just go with it. So when people don't like the facts or don't like what you're talking about, their first response is, I need more proof. And then when you supply that proof, that ain't good because that's the source. I don't use that source. Nor do they ever provide proof that you're wrong. They don't post that part. They just want to argue. People love to argue. There's a lot of people that just love to argue. And it pisses me off. Because you, at some point, just go, never mind. They're not going to change. They're just not. They're set in their ways. They're set in their ways, and this is what they're going to do, and they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about anybody else. It's either yes, they are right, or no, they are not. And yes, they still are in their mind. So, at what point do you accept the proof? At what point do you decide that you need to change your mentality, your truth that's in your head? At what point do you go, maybe I'm the one that's wrong? Oh no, people don't do that. There's not a lot of people that'll say, guess what, I was wrong. You're right, I was wrong. Oh no, people don't talk like that very often. It's just amazing to me. And then it's easier on social media because a lot of times you don't have to put your name with it. You can just be a peckerhead online and not worry about it and do reviews, do anything like that, and just not put your name to it. And that still bugs me today. If you're going to speak up and you're going to say anything negative or you're going to do anything, put your damn name to it. Fess up to it. You know, if you're not well liked, I could fall in that category. There's probably a lot of people that don't like me, and that's okay. You have your right to your opinion. But if you don't like me or you have issues with me, at least come to my face and say, here's what I don't like. See, I'm not going to fight you because I don't really care. I don't have the energy. I just don't. If you don't like me, that's okay. I'm good. I'll move on. You know, I strongly suggest that if you're around someone and you care about that someone, if they don't reach out to you, you're the one always reaching out, you're the one always doing things, and you're not getting anything, walk away. It's so mentally draining to have people, and then they still bitch about you when you do step up or you do things. They still bitch about you. They still are unhappy with you, this or that. Or I've learned a lot about self-centered people. If you're all about yourself, you're probably not somebody I want to hang out with. You're probably not somebody I want to be around a lot. If you like to help people or guide people or do anything like that, that's the kind of proof that I see when you are a human being. You know, I was thinking about this today on the way in. Julie Karen, State Farm, came on the radio, her ad. I don't go through State Farm, but she gets donations for the food pantry through her business. And that is just so awesome. More businesses, I feel, and I don't think it gets customers in the door maybe, or return customers just drop off stuff because she's doing something for the local food pantry. What if your business does, and then I hear, well, how much more? How much more do we give? How much more do we do? Well, at this time of the world, what's going on in this environment, I don't think we can not give enough. And I'm not talking about financial. I'm not talking about anything like that. Just simply setting up a donation jar on your bar or your restaurant or wherever the Port does it. The Port does it for the Blue River community. It's just a jar there. You can throw your change in, whatever. Does it total up to a lot? Not probably over a month, but take it over a year. Take it since they've had it. Who knows how long it's been sitting on the counter right there by the cash register. Do something along those lines. That's what I'm talking about. That's the proof of what you're wanting to do. That is the proof that you are more about helping than complaining. And what I do on my channel is my business as far as what I talk about. You know, there's people that have been labeling me to wear whatever they want to talk about. I don't care. If you watch our society right now, this is where you are seeing more proof every day that our leadership right now is in drastic desire of miserableness. How much more proof do you need that things are going sideways? Gas pumps, oil, fertilizer. I just saw an article on the news that, well, Chris, now what news are you talking? Because maybe it's not right. Well, our local news was talking about farmers and just the amount of tariffs and what they're paying on fertilizer and everything else. Harley Davidson was just talking about laying people off because their tariff prices are going higher and higher. Well, Chris, that money goes to the gut. No, it don't. See, this is where people buy in and they listen and they go, oh yeah, that's what's happening. Yep. But they don't do anything else behind that to research it, to look for answers. You know, for anybody that's been in a relationship, did you just buy into everything your partner said, or did you actually check into it? Did you actually look into past, present, whatever it may be? Or did you just say, yep, that's the one, we're good? Just curious, how much proof do you need on something before you admit you're wrong? How much proof do you need? How much does somebody have to convince you or bring to the table to convince you're wrong? Or are you wired to where I am not wrong? Ever. I'll argue all day. I'll fight. You don't like me? I'll beat your ass. That's what I'm going to do. Are you that type of person? Or are you one that can sit at the table and actually talk? See, that's the problem also with social media, is if you look at all the comments and you scroll through whatever, you can't truly get anybody's emotion. You know, I belong to a stroke support group. And until you have a stroke or you do things like that, you don't know how much emotion or how hard it is for somebody to post online their true feelings or what they're going through. So that's the problem with social media too, is you don't get any, especially if they don't know how to use capital letters or write a sentence, or if they use all caps like somebody does. You don't get true emotion. See, I think when I see all caps from somebody, they're trying to prove dominance. They're trying to prove that they are the best they are. And if they can't compose a sentence, it's even worse, or their spelling. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, fat thumbs, fat fingers, spelling happens. But at what point do you get enough proof to actually do something that a lot of people don't do? And that is say, hey, I screwed up. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to say what I did. Sorry that offended you. Here's where I was coming from. I get it. I saw what I understand. At what point do you do that? Or again, are you wired to where I'll meet you nose to nose and beat your ass, and then you'll see my point? Or I'll yell and scream at you and call you names and make you feel like you lost, even though you won. So you see more and more of that today because people don't want to admit their mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. There's still days today that I miss a lot of the power sports sales. I miss the interactions, but I don't miss the environment because the cancer is still there. It takes supreme leadership in the power sports world, in any kind of world, really, whether you own a restaurant, whether you own a clothing store, hunting store, whatever it may be. If you want to see, there's a few companies that I've seen that do it really, really well. And you need to talk about the good. You need to talk about the bad. You need to praise those that are kicking ass for your company, that are all about you, devoted to you, and you need to take care of the ones that just sit back and they just kind of skate along. They skate out on the edges. They do this. Do they really help your company? Are they bringing business for you? Do they, hey, come on down, we'll take care of you? Or are they just there to collect a check and not do anything for your company? They're just like, hey, I'm getting paid, whatever, don't care. I don't care if people walk through the door or not, I'm going to get paid. Some of your top performers might be your worst cancers, if you think about that, but you've got to handle the sickness that is in your business. There's a lot of businesses you can walk into, and there is a black cloud over it. And if you don't see it and you're not willing to look at it, you're probably part of the problem. So, how much proof do you need? Or do you continue just to say if people are talking, they're lying, and you look past it all the time and just go, my company don't have a problem. It's this person or that person, or they out there are doing it, or this company's doing it. Where is the problem? And how much are you going to take to invest into looking at the problem? I hear a lot of people. I've been in, like I said, I was in the retail world for 20 plus years on the power sports side. I hear still people. And the funny part is I used to be the one that used to be there where it was, if they're lying, if they're talking, they're lying, whatever it may be. But if you're in the sales world and you're not visiting other stores and checking it out, you're in trouble. So that's where we're at. How much proof do you need? We'll go from there. Have a great day, and we will talk soon. But as always, take time to bless somebody today, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. But that's where I'm at. See you in the morning.